applications it is covered. So here I'm talking about on fuzzy machine learning models for cropland analytics. So I'm just trying to share my PPT. So I hope you are able to see my screen. Please do confirm if you are able to see my screen and my voice. Are you able to hear my voice? Hello?
Hear you.
Can you confirm?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
Okay. So this is the topic I thought to talk about for the machine learning models for cropland analytics and few other applications I will touch upon. If you see the scenario basically of remote sensing analytics, previously people were just going for thematic map or thematic classes like mapping water bodies in an area, forest area, built up area, agricultural land with crop, without crop, barren lands. But today people have gone for single class analytics. That means within agricultural land, can we map wheat crop present in the Rabi season, or the wheat field, how much wheat fields got damaged due to flood, how much wheat field got affected due to disease. So the scenario has changed from last 20 years from land use land cover mapping. Land use land cover means we are just mapping forested area, we are mapping built up area, we are mapping water bodies in an area. That's it. That's called level 1 classification to single date. So this was done from single date remote sensing. So the land use land cover mapping was done by single date, single image. If I take, I can do that. This was done from remote sensing. Resolutions were coarser to medium. So when people were preparing land use land cover map, the resolution, the spatial means the pixel size. So pixel size of the remote sensing image was around 30 meter or say 20 meter or 10 meter. But today it has gone to 3 meter, 1 meter or less than 1 meter pixel size. Remote sensing images are available. So with the current geospatial technological scenario, per day, very fine resolution remote sensing images are available. In the remote sensing resolution, it can be spatial, that is pixel size. Second is spectral, how many bands in the image, spectral bands. Third is radiometry, the gray scales in the image. It can be, it was there 6-bit, then 8-bit, then 10-bit, then 12-bit. Today we have 14-bit images, so very high gray scales we can capture. And fourth is temporal data. Temporal data means for the same area, how many after how many days the next image will be captured. Previously it was going say 20 days to 16 days. Today there are satellites which can give per day remote sensing images. I will give you the latest case study with that data. So people have gone from level 1. Level 1 means I'm just mapping agricultural land with crop, and they are not interested much on that. They are interested nowadays at level 2 or level 3 or level 4. So level 2 means within agricultural crop, can we map sugarcane? And within sugarcane, there are crop types: plant, first year crop; ratoon, second year or third year crop. Further, we can go level 3, like within plant, can we map the diseased plant sugarcane fields? Level 3. So once we start thinking for level 2 or higher level of mapping in the resources available on the earth, which are natural or man-made, there is a big issue of spectral overlap. That means across different classes present in the area, Like if it is agriculture, there can be different crops in the Rabi season. It can be wheat, it can be mustard, it can be sugarcane, it can be green pea and green chana, and so many other crops are there in the area. They will give you the same spectral signature. So the spectral overlap comes into picture, and that gives the two classes of under agriculture itself, for example, appear same through image. So how to handle? So as we go for level 2, level 3 classification, we encounter large number of issues. So you can see more issues while going for specific crop mapping. Heterogeneity. Heterogeneity means if you take the case of paddy crop, one field is sown on 16th of June, transplanted, and second field is transplanted on 12th of June. So this is just one example. If you see different fields, they are sown or transplanted at different date. So question comes, how you map? One field appear fallow today, but after 5 days it is having crop. The same crop has been transplanted. So how you map? Because the field is appearing fallow, and on a single date it is difficult to know that this is a paddy crop is there in the field, which is not there presently. So within crop we can see heterogeneity. This is one issue, and you can see more examples of heterogeneity for specific crop, like for paddy. If you take the case of paddy field harvested on 29th October, right? And same other field also harvested on 29th of October 2023. We have done the case study, we'll show also. And here you can see this field is burnt on 24th, stubble burning. Nowadays, again, in 2025, in the October-November month in the Punjab and Haryana, very intense paddy crop stubble burning is going on. So you can see that one field was burnt and it remained burnt for some days. And here this field which was harvested, it was burnt, and they have done plowing also. Immediately within 1 hour, they have done the plowing. Now you can see these two fields appear differently when you start mapping these fields which were burnt on same day. So this is an example of heterogeneity within same crop. Why I'm talking about these things? Because before we go for fuzzy machine learning, we have to understand these issues so that we can handle these issues very nicely. Second, again, in the paddy crop, there are few fields. This is a top cut. So there is a machine which cuts the paddy seeds from the top. And here, this second image in this field is bottom cut. Again, this is a top cut. Now, if you see burning for these three fields, this has a partial burning. Somewhere it is greenish and somewhere it is black. And the bottom cut is perfectly black tan, completely black, you can see. And for top cut, again, it is burnt and plowing has been done. So again, here you can see for the burnt mapping case, there are three fields, they appear differently. And here you can see on the ground also, it is fully burnt because it was top cut, it is bottom cut. You can see complete field is appearing black. And here it is partially, it is not burnt, and partially it is burnt. So you can see this field will appear partially black and partially greenish tone. So this is again example of heterogeneity within burnt paddy fields. Then you can again see the example of heterogeneity, in green pea crop, that is a Rabi crop sown in the Jhansi district area. So you can see in one field the sowing has been done on 15th of November. Second field sowing has been done on 28th of November. Third field again sowing has been done on 28th of November. Fourth field sowing is done on 3rd of December. So then if you try to map these fields for the green pea class, they will give different appearance at different date. So question is again how to handle the heterogeneity across green pea fields. And then you will see more issues. The other issue is spectral overlap. So as I told you, spectral overlap, two crops give same signature. You can see there is a canal in the Patiala study area in 2023. We have done a study. This canal in some portion, not in the full canal, only in some portion of the canal. Suppose in this section, it appears black, and here this field which is burnt on 24th October also appear black. So both are giving same signature. So this is a contradictory thing, like in a bank, two persons open the account and both the persons have same signature. So what will happen? Other person will start will taking out the money from the second person account. So this is a contradictory thing, and the manager does not allow that two bank signatures on the two different accounts can be same, which belongs to two different people. So the signature should be different in the bank accounts. Same way here, when we are trying to extract the objects or classes from the image, their signature, spectral signature, should be different. But here it is not different, they are same, and then we say it is spectrally overlapping, having the same signature. Then you can see more example when we have done in the field. We have done the field in Jhansi area, January 2025. There are 4 crops we have seen: green pea, green chana crop here, then wheat, and then mustard. If you see these 4 fields, the spectrally they are appearing same on the single date image. So this is an again example of spectral overlap issues. And recently, this last week, you can see we have got the images of near Udham Singh Nagar, near Natakmata area. You can see on different dates, stubble burning was going on 9th of October. These are the fields which are stubble burnt. 10th of October, more or less same. Little difference. 14th of October, we can see more fields has been burnt. Then on 15th of October, you can see this field was burnt. Then maybe more field. 16th of October, you can see within same area, more field has been burnt. And 17th of October, again, further fields. Some were burnt, remained burnt from 15th October onwards. Some field remain burnt up to 15th of October, up to say from 15th to 17th of October. Then more fields burned on 23rd of October, and they remain burnt on 24th here and 26th also. So what happened if I am extracting these burned fields? What will happen? I can map redundantly alternate day. If I'm trying to map the burnt field, the previous burnt field which is already mapped in the previous date, again same field will appear as a burnt field because it remained burnt for few days. Farmer has not done any activity on that burnt field. So that is a redundancy in the same crop. In the same class, we are getting redundant mapping. So how to avoid that is also there. We have done the classification also. We'll talk about the different classifiers. Just I'm showing the output. You can see date wise, we have tried to map the burnt fields like 9th of October. These are the fields burnt, and 14th of October, these are the fields. 15th of October, these are the very less fields. 16th October, very less fields. 17th October, very less field. But if you see on 23rd October 2025, very large fields, the paddy stubble was done. 24th very less, and 25th again very less fields. So again you can see this is an example of how to handle the redundant fields, not to map every time, only once we have to map this field. Plus this is an example of crop monitoring. So the crop stubble burning is going on. So the question is, can we map these fields? So answer is yes, and we can map on different dates. Any date the burning has been done, it is possible to map on that day. Here one more example comes because you are attending the machine learning and deep learning algorithms, and maybe somebody may be talking about, or maybe already talked upon, GYAN models of deep learning. So the GYAN models are the examples for image transformation. So we can transform one image to other image. So here you can see there is a gap because I have shown you the burning on 9th of October, then 14th of October. In between there is no image we have. So we can regenerate synthetically the images through GYAN. That is one of the application of GYAN. We can do, and once we have a synthetically generated image, we can try to map the burn fields on in between dates. So that way we can fulfill the gaps on which we have not done the mapping, because the actual data is not available, actual images are not available, but we can recreate the synthetically images through GAN, and we can try to map. So this can be a research objective. Anybody wants to consider for the masters or for the PhD areas, they can consider. Now, so overall, you can see there are large number of issues while going for level 2 or level 3 classification. First is heterogeneity, right? So this is the problem, heterogeneity within class. And we have also developed the solution for this, how to deal this 100%. We have tried the training approach. You have learned the training approach like supervised or reinforced learning. During supervised learning of the different models, they are using mean parameter, but due to mean actually does not exist on the ground, and it cannot handle the heterogeneity, because within training sample, the samples are not homogeneous. Even though we say the sample should be homogeneous, but practically it is quite impossible to achieve the homogeneous training samples. So which can't achieve. So what we have done, in place of mean, we have made individual sample as mean. In short, we have given the name ISM, and it gives 100% handling of heterogeneity within class. Second is spectral overlap, what I've explained, how to handle it. We have to use multi-temporal and multi-sensor. If from single sensor, we don't have temporal images of different dates, then we can try to incorporate the data of different dates from different remote sensing sensors. That way, the concept comes multi-temporal and multi-sensor satellite data, and this helps to handle the spectral overlap. Higher the spectral overlap, higher the number of dates we have to incorporate. That is our finding. Then lack of training data for similar sites. Number of times what happened that if for a one district like in Jabalpur, some crop has been grown, so we have training data of that crop. Now next area is suppose some other sites, maybe Bhopal district, and there we want to map the same crop, but we don't have that training data. So in deep learning, one concept you will be hearing or you will be learning also called transfer learning approach. So transfer learning means we can transfer that training approach or training prior knowledge information which is collected in Jabalpur district for a particular crop, and that prior knowledge we can try to apply on the Bhopal district for the same crop. But here, when we map the specific crop, the issue is the temporal dates for the Jabalpur site and for the Bhopal site may be different, and that way the transfer learning approach gives poor results. So we have to take care that the temporal dates, if we are using the temporal data, the dates are quite same, then it gives much better results, and we don't have to go for prior knowledge at the Bhopal site. We can use the prior knowledge of Jabalpur site and we can apply and we can extract the specific class. Then we also see within classes non-linearity between classes. So how to handle it? In the literature, if you explore, there is a kernel concept like support vector machine, one of the ML algorithm there. It deals with it handles or it incorporates the kernels in the model, and that this kernel takes care the non-linearity. Same way we have tried in the fuzzy models. I will talk about. We can incorporate the kernel models in the fuzzy model. Then we have to also see, and the COVID has proven that number of times it is difficult to collect the training data. In the COVID time, it was 0% chances to collect the training data. So in that case, we have to see the machine learning algorithms should be chosen, which works with small training data. The algorithm should not ask very large training data. Then in the remote sensing images, because they are pixel based raster images, and these pixel based has mixed pixels due to representing the boundaries of two or more than two classes, plus the class compatibility with the pixel size and due to these there are mixed pixels, and which we can deal through fuzzy model. Then a number of times once you handle the raster data, you see there are isolated pixels, or which are called as a noisy pixels. How to deal it? So we have tried to incorporate contextual information, or here we are trying to incorporate neighbor pixels through Markov random field in the model, or through local convolutional method. So that way we can deal the isolated noisy pixels. So overall, all these issues we have tried, and we have tried to incorporate through fuzzy model, fuzzy machine ML models. So there are different models if you see in the literature, like fuzzy C-mean, possibilistic C-mean, noise clustering, modified possibilistic C-mean, IPCM, and so forth. So there are a range of fuzzy models available. Some can map single class of interest, and some cannot. Why? Because some models, some fuzzy models follow the probability rule, and due to that they cannot map the single class. But here objective is, from a given image there can be so many classes present, but we want the specific class to be mapped. So that way a few fuzzy models we can try to incorporate. So here you can see very good example of heterogeneity, what I've talked. On a particular day, one field is appearing fallow, second is flooded, getting ready for transplantation of the paddy crop, third is already transplanted today, and fourth you can see the paddy growth. So which field you will map, they are appearing differently. This is one challenge for heterogeneity. If you come after a few weeks, again some other area, you will see some field are fallow, some is just flooded, getting ready for transplantation, third already transplanted, and fourth the paddy vigor growth. So again there are four type of fields, all are paddy, but they are appearing differently, and this gives a question mark how to handle or how to map these fields as a paddy crop. So overall, the model, if you see how it works, basically when you are trying to apply and use the data for ML and DL, you have to start the data, not from the model, you have to start first how your data looks. So you can see the green is the conventional technique, and the red one is we have developed. So when you come to the data stage, when you take single image, it is maybe you have to see that the single date image does it giving the spectrally discriminating the objects you're looking for. If not, then you have to go for temporal discrimination. That means you have to try to incorporate the temporal images. The moment you incorporate temporal images, you have an extra dimension, because the image has rows, column, spectral information, and time. So moment you add temporal information, the time parameter comes. But any ML or DL models works from the data point of view, three-dimensional data. It is your row, column, and Z axis. But you have one more axis. So we have to try to remove the one axis, since we have to retain the time domain information. So we have to reduce the spectral information of each temporal image. So for that, there are a literature-based approach, but we have developed the approach called class-based sensor-independent indices approach. So we can generate the indices if we divide the two bands or three bands as per the mathematical formula, which can incorporate maybe two or more than two bands. We can generate single layer output, and that is called indices. What is the advantage of this? The indices enhances the particular class. Suppose if I'm mapping wheat, which is a crop, which is a type of crop. So if I apply indices, the specific crops will get enhanced, while different band combinations I consider and take the band ratios. And other class, it can be vegetation, it can be water, it can be soil, will get suppressed. So that way, the concept of indices is enhancing particular class, plus the output becomes single layer. If your image is four layers, but output is single layer. So that way we can reduce the spectral dimensionality of the image. That is at the data stage, because like if you see human being, the digestion does not start at the stomach. It starts from the mouth point of view. From the mouth itself, the digestion start. Same way, it is not the processing at the model stage You have to see at the data point of view. In the data, can you able to discriminate? Does the objects can be discriminate what you're looking for? So if not, the model will not give the results. So you have to start the discrimination from the data point of view. That's why the first circle comes temporally discriminate overall. Then comes to this circle, the model capability. Since we are talking about specific class mapping, so we have to use the ML or DL models which can extract single class of interest. What we have found, the fuzzy model is very simple, and this can incorporate so many issues what I've discussed in the previous slide, and it can give me single class of interest. If I want to map paddy crop, it will give me the paddy crop from the image. If I want the wheat crop, it will give me the wheat crop from the image. So that is the second circle. Third circle is training approach, so that we can handle the heterogeneity. Some of the classifiers are using mean parameter, which does not exist, and it cannot handle the heterogeneity. It assumes your training samples are homogeneous. Practically, it is impossible to have training samples to be homogeneous. So we have developed the individual sample as mean approach, which can handle the heterogeneity. You can see the two examples. Once you once you drink the juice, you are losing 100% pulp, and you are losing around approximately 20% juice also. So that way you have some loss. And once you apply ISM, it does not lose anything because it is using the raw samples in the model without losing any information. Second advantage is, like if you see the Shiva family, it has heterogeneous elements like snake and peacock, Sher and lion and Nandi. They are opposite element. They cannot stay at one place. Still, you can see the opposite elements are staying in the common family, in the one family. That way, the Shiva family handles the heterogeneous elements. Same way, our ISM approach handles the heterogeneity within class. So these are the two advantages using ISM. Plus, if we don't have training data of other site for mapping same crop, we can apply the transfer learning approach. That way, the model is pre-trained at one site for the one crop, and we can apply the trained model on other site for the same crop. And further, overall, if you join the common area of these three circles, this is the common area. If you are fulfilling, if you are within this triangle, then you get the best accuracy of the specific crop mapping. Okay. So this way, the complete model what we have developed for specific class mapping, it works. I hope you are able to get my PPT and my voice. Please do confirm.
Yes, sir.
And this is the way the model works. You can see here, we are transferring, we are sending the temporal optical images. Optical means the wavelength is going from 0.4 to say 1 micrometer. There are different remote sensing images. We can do that. And second is we can take microwave or SAR images. Because optical images are cloud sensitive, if there is a cloud, we cannot see the ground. In that case, if we want the images of particular date, we can try to incorporate the microwave, or synonym word is synthetic aperture radar images also. Or thermal images. If we have thermal images of particular date, we can incorporate that also. That way you have the multi-sensor concept. Okay. And then for optical images, we have to generate the indices through different approaches. Here for microwave images, we have to extract backscatter coefficients, because the backscatter coefficients for different classes are different. And that way it helps to discriminate and map that class. Or we can generate the radar vegetation index. So both these data, we bring it at one platform as a optimized multi-sensor temporal data. Optimized means if we have 10 dates and if 6 dates are sufficient, so we will take only 6, not all the 10 dates. So we can optimize that how many temporal dates are required to handle the spectral overlap. So once we have done, we have to go for fuzzy models. There are different models which can map the specific class within fuzzy domain. Why I have chosen the fuzzy? As per my own experience with past, They are very simple and they can handle all the issues which I have just talked in the previous slides. And we have last 2-3 days or 2-3 years back, we have modified the training parameter. In place of mean, we have taken the individual sample as mean, ISM training approach, which we have proposed, and it handles the heterogeneity 100%. Higher the heterogeneity, higher the performance of ISM you will see, and more poor performance you will see if you are using the mean parameter. So this is our practical experience. And then we have developed this through a module or software called Subpixel Multispectral Image Classifier, SMIC. It has 4 modules: the distance-based classifiers, kernel-based classifiers, temporal data processing, and soft output accuracy assessment. This is the main GUI of the tool. This is the different options you can see of the GUI, generating the training data, adding the kernel concept in the SMIC tool, using the large number of distance and the contextual concepts with different classifiers user can do. It is completely GUI based. You can change the band combinations to display the image of different bands. You can go for temporal data processing to generate indices, and then go for classification. It will give you the live example of processing optical images for transplanted paddy fields. This is accuracy assessment module where you can get the accuracy in the form of user, producer, overall accuracy, kappa coefficient. Here it is talking about how to process the temporal data for transplanted paddy field mapping, paddy harvested fields, and the paddy stubble burn fields. You can see here transplanted paddy fields in the FCC and the output in the yellow color, the harvested fields and the stubble burnt fields. And these are the few applications on which we have tested the SMIC software. It is at TRL 8. If you see, its level has gone to TRL 8 with a lot of publications tested by other people, and yeah. In 2024, we participated in the hackathon conducted by Ministry of Agriculture, Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfares, where we recognized through this approach as a first rank. Coming to the application side, we have tested the model for different crops, and you will see that first example is for the paddy transplanted, harvested, and the burned paddy fields. Right, we have tested in 2023 Kharif crop in the Patiala region of Punjab district. You can see one field transplanted on 16th of June, how it is appearing on the raw image, and same field has been mapped here as a transplanted fields. And you can see different dates. If you see how the field is changing in the time domain, vigor is coming, and by September there's a flowering stage, and by October and it is getting harvested. You can see on 19th of October the field got harvested, and 28th of October this was burnt, and both stage were mapped from the input image. And if you see the time difference, 16th June to 19th of June, it is taking around 4 month time right, 4-month period. That means we can conclude that what variety has been sown. The variety has been sown which takes 4-month time. So we can list it out, what are the varieties which are taking 4-month time in the Punjab district, and maybe PR122 or similar variety has been sown in this field, which takes 4-month time to grow. Other field you see, 12th June it was transplanted, and it was classified here, and 11th September the field got harvested. You can see it was harvested and same was mapped, and this takes around 3 months time. That means in this field the farmer has sown the paddy crop which can grow in 3 months. So the list can be PR126 or some similar tentative variety has been sown which can grow in 3 months. So directly you cannot map the crop the variety, but if you are able to map the sowing and the harvesting dates, you can extract from the image, then you can conclude that what variety has been sown. And you can see the trend of transplanted paddy crop by end of May to end of August. The trend was going on and it was peaking by around 11th of July. If you see the trend of harvesting, it was started by starting September to first week of December, and it was peaking by around 11th of November was the peak harvesting gone. And if you see for stubble burning pattern, it was started by say 29th of September and it went say up to end of November or first week of December. It was peaking by around 31st of October was the peak time of the burning. We have done the field work on 12th August 2023. This was the MTech project and she has published around 4 papers in peer-reviewed journals. We have also experimented in a small area how much harvesting has been done. Harvested paddy field was 23.23 square kilometer, and in that same area stubble burn done 27.07 square kilometer. If you divide both, it comes to be around 84.07% stubble burning has been done as a test site in Patiala in 2023. So even though the government says the stubble burning we are controlling, but it is a false statement. Without doing ground assessment, ground measurements, they start giving these statements. Still the burning is going around 70 to 80%. Second area you can see for sugarcane crop plant and ratoon type mapping in Muzaffarnagar area we have tested in 2022 with one of the MTech student. You can see how the ratoon fields are appearing in different dates, and this was the first field we have done by 11th of September for training the model. 20th of November we have done for testing our results. You can see that time the crop was getting harvested. We have mapped distinguished the ratoon and the plant fields. You can see how on the raw image the ratoon is appearing when it's germinating. It is getting ready for harvesting by 11th of September for ratoon, and this is for plant. You can see plant getting germinating by first week of January, got ready more or less by 11th of September. You can see these are the fields which are the ratoon fields, and these are the fields the plant fields. Plus by end of October in the northern India the sugarcane is ready, specifically ratoon fields are ready for harvesting. So you can see by date wise we have mapped how much harvesting done on 22nd of October, 30th of October 2022, 1st November, 13th of November, 16th of November, 19th of November, 22nd of November. So you can see the example of crop type mapping here. You can see the example of crop monitoring example. Plus we have also distinguished the healthy ratoon fields and the diseased ratoon fields. You can see in the same area we have tried to map and it worked very nicely. Why it was possible? Because there is one type of disease that is what we are focused is top shoot borer, which enters in the sugarcane from the top and it stops the growth of the sugarcane. Only the leaves comes after some time. So what happens once the growth is stopped initially, you can see the disease field indices is dropping, and after some time it is peaking because the leaves are coming up after some time. And this difference at the initial stage helps us to distinguish the healthy field and the diseased ratoon fields. We have experimented the model during COVID time for the xylem husk isabgol crop. This was, we got the test site in Jalore district in Rajasthan, and we have different samples during COVID time. Online mode, we have collected the samples for xylem husk, for cumin, mustard, wheat, fenugreek, and castor crop. And you can see we have mapped the overall castor fields, sorry, xylem husk fields in the area. How many fields are there for xylem husk isabgol? And then we have tried to test the monitoring of the harvesting of the xylem husk by 21st March, how much harvesting, 24th March, how much harvesting, and 27th March, how much harvesting. We have also tested the model for poppy crop, which is a licensed crop in MP, UP, and Rajasthan. This crop is grown. With the help of narcotics department, we have done the field work in Barabanki area of UP in 2023-2024, 1st and 2nd March 2024 last year. And we got the samples of different crops. It can be wheat, peas, garlic, mustard, ramdana. We found we have focused the poppy crop, and you can see it is possible to map these poppy fields through the model we have developed. Second is for West Bengal, we got abundance of palash trees in the group in the Purulia district of West Bengal. Studied year we have taken 2022. Now you can see we are switching the model from crop to a specific forest species, which is a medicinal plant and aromatic plants, palash trees. And we have taken here the complete 1 year crop cycle of 2022. And you can see these are the abundant of palash trees, which was mapped in Purulia district as a test site. Plus, again, second COVID time of 2021 and 2022 with one of my friend in Medta city of Rajasthan, between Bikaner and Jaipur. We got the samples of different crop. It can be cumin, isabgol, taramira, mustard, fenugreek, fennel crop, wheat, and chickpea. So we have focused here taramira and mustard, which are similar oilseed crop. And taramira is parallel to mustard crop, but it is sown in the field where the irrigation facility is not there. And mustard farmers sow the crop where they have an irrigation facility. So if you see the mustard field, it is fully packed by the crop. You can't see the soil after some time. But here, if you see, you can see somewhere soil exposure also, always, because these seeds, all seeds does not germinate. Some seeds die due to lack of water and some other issues. And that's why you will see patchy crop within field. And this patches, small patches of the taramira crop, it is difficult to map. We have experimented here 1D CNN model. It failed to map. But when we tried the fuzzy model, it has given the results to map the taramira crop also. And you can see we have compared with the mustard crop mapping in the same area. These are the taramira crop fields, and these are the mustard fields mapped. Overall, for all these studies we have done with time, the PlantScope data, initial study, we have used the Sentinel data, which is of 10 meter, and its temporal frequency, because it is twin satellite launched by European agency. So due to twin satellite, every 5 days we can get the data. Later on, we got the research data from PlantScope, USA based company, which is giving the data at 3 meter pixel size, and daily basis we can get the data. So we have done mixedly different studies with Sentinel as well as PlantScope remote sensing images. So here one of the MTech student in 2021, she has worked for pigeon pea crop in J. Bhupapulli district of Telangana. And the tenure, basically this pigeon pea crop is a kharif crop, kharif to rabi. From June to February, this crop is grown. And these are the few different crops she found in the area, and she has focused the pigeon pea crop. And mainly she compared the training approach, that's a mean and ISM. And you can see in the case of mean, the fields are not so much homogeneous in the output image. But here, if you see in ISM, very homogeneous fields has been mapped, and she has tested again for harvesting of the pigeon pea crop by 27th of January, 13th of Feb, 19th of Feb, and 27th of Feb. Further, last year we went. Last year we went to Bikaner on 27th of August 2023 for 2 and 3 crops. One is pearl millet, second is groundnut, and third is gawar. Mainly for groundnut, we went in the field for one of the MTech student, and he tried to map the 2 different crops, tested the model for pearl millet, jawar, as well as for groundnut. And you can see the results with mean and as well as the ISM. Mainly the fuzzy models we have experimented with the PCM, modified possibilistic C-mean, or noise clustering, because these models does not follow the probability rule, and they can give me single class of interest I am looking for. Groundnut, he has tested for different dates to be mapped at different dates. Harvesting was going on, and he has experimented to map these harvested groundnut crops. Further, in 2024, in Nawalgarh area of Sikar district of Rajasthan, we got the 2 different variety of onion fields. One is onion with bulbs, which is used for eating purpose, and second, the old bulbs are used for growing the seeds. That's called bulb nursery onion. So the question was, can we discriminate these 2 type of onion crop fields? Answer was yes. These are the blue fields for the fields used for onion for eating purpose. They are growing the bulbs, and the yellow field is the old bulb sown, where the farmer grow the seeds of the onion, and they sell in the market with a cost of 2,000 to 3,000 rupees per kilo. So you can see here the blue fields were mapped separately, and the yellow field, which is the used for seeding purpose, has been mapped, can be distinguished separately, right? Then we have also tested the model from totally different area, that is post-disaster assessment. I came to know in the news in the Pakistan area, Indus River, the flood came in 2022 in the month of August. So my thought was, can we map the flooded area and not the flooded area? Basically, in that flooded area, there are different classes. It can be agricultural land with crop, without crop, vegetation, built up area, fishery ponds, we got it. Can we map these specific classes which got affected due to flood in the Indus River? Answer is yes. So we mapped the field with crop which got submerged here on 29th of August. Some field got submerged on 8th August. There was a fishery ponds which got submerged. They were having the fish in that, and they got spoiled due to the turbid water entering in this fishery ponds. So the same model is capable to map the specific class which got affected due to flood or disease. Last year, I was in Gujarat, Visnagar, one of the university, SPU University, for guest lecture. So for half day, I visited to the surroundings to capture the samples of different crop like fennel crop, castor crop, wheat crop, or fodder. And we tried to map the fennel crop, soft, and we have taken the temporal data based on the samples, training samples. It is possible. So these are the fields of different crops on the image you can see. And the yellow field, yellow boundary are the fields for fennel crop. And the model again worked nicely for mapping the different spices, because fennel is a spicy used in Indian cuisines. It is possible to map this also. Long back with MSc student, we worked to map the DL models and the ML models. DL 1D we explored that time, and with the fuzzy ML model, we tried to map and try to distinguish the early sown potato crop, middle sown potato crop, and late sown potato crop. In Ludhiana district, we tried to map. Here, very recently for this year, I would like to show for Jhansi area, we visited for the field work for mainly the green pea, but we got the wheat also. So we tried 2 different crops. Here you can see for a test site, can we map and extract the area the green pea which was sown on 15th of November and harvested by 7th of Feb, the area was 140 hectares. The second patches of green pea was sown on 28th of November and harvested by 20th of Feb. Again, the example of crop monitoring. You can see for these type of green pea, the area in the test site was 107 hectares. Third batch we got, the sowing was done on 3rd of December 2024, got harvested Feb 2025. The area was 57 point something hectares. Then if we add the training samples of all these green pea fields, we can map the total area of the green pea in the test site. It was coming to be 334.071 hectares. Same thing we have done for the wheat crop. The field got sown on 3rd of December, harvested by 25th of March. Area was 135 hectares. Second patch sowing was done by 10th of December, harvesting by 25th of March in a given test field. Can we map the total area? Yes, it was 53.65 hectares. Third was sowing was done on 3rd of December, harvesting by 6th of April. Total area of this type of patches were 340.17 hectares. Then if we map the total wheat fields from date say 3rd of December to 6th of April, the area coming is 934.95 hectares. For Narmadapuram district in MP, south of Bhopal, this in June 2025 we visited the field work also, and you can see the different fields, how they're appearing on different date. The sowing you can see on 23rd of April, 28th of April sowing, 10th of May and 26th, how they're appearing. They're appearing totally differently, different fields. How to handle this heterogeneity? So this was the field work we have done in Narmadapuram, Hoshangabad, I think district old name, on 16th of June 2025 with one of the students. We are interacting with the farmers to know how much is the yield of moong pulses. Mainly this June is a summer crop time or zaid crop, and we got the moong field. You can see the moong fields harvested. Here the moong field harvested. This is all the moong field harvested. Here this is a green field. The moong is a green yet, and it was taking at 15 days to get harvested. So here we have tried for a small test area using PlantScope data. The dates were 15th of April to 10th of June. That means the sowing was around 15th of April. The total area of this type of patches were 451.77 hectares. In some field, the sowing was done on 19th of April, and date we have taken up to 10th of June because data was available up to 10th of June. After that, this time the cloud came, so we did not experiment with the microwave data. We worked only with the optical data. So the area of these type of patches which is having the moong pulse was 1,129.26 hectares. Third patch was sown on 23rd of April, and data we have taken up to 10th of June. So area was coming 1,309.56 hectares. And then fourth patch was 28th of April to 10th of June. So area of these type of patches was coming to be 739.47 hectares. And the fifth one was 10th May to 10th of June. The area was coming 443.32 hectares. When we have added all these samples from 15th of April to 10th of June, then we can find out total area 5,901.13 hectares. Also, we have gone for a change in zaid or summer cropping pattern and district level. Previously, we have shown the output from the model for a small test site, but later on for Narmadapuram, we have gone at the district level. So here you can see the history of Narmadapuram in the summer crop. If you see the year of 2004, during summer, that is April, May and June, summer crop or zaid crop, the season, the farmers were hardly sowing any summer crop during April, May, and June. So by March, they were cutting the wheat fields, wheat crop, and they were not sowing anything. So the crop area, the fields which are having the crop in 2004 during the summer time, the area was 12,686.58 hectares. But with time, farmers thought that this window of months from April, May, and June, the fields are just kept empty, and they got some idea to sow some summer crop. And mainly they have focused the moong pulses to be sown. And if you see by 2017 at the district level, the summer crop area came to be 53,907.81. So from 12,000 to crop area increased to 53,907.81 hectares. Sudden jump has came, and due to this jump year by year, the government was not supplying the canal water from Tawa Dam and other nearby dams in this district and the surrounding districts. They were not providing the canal water after March. So for summer crop, they were not providing any canal water. But farmer thought that during summer season, the fields are empty and they start sowing the summer crop. Mainly 99% they were sowing the moong pulses. So what was happening in the Narmadapuram and the surrounding districts, the groundwater level was depleting, and so government has made the changes in their policy. In 2014, they start supplying the canal water in the summer season also. That is the story of Narmadapuram. And if you see by 2025, if you just map, we have mapped only the moong pulses only. The area came of the moong pulses at the district level 96,176. So you can see the area jump from 12,000 to 56,000 in 2004 to 2017, and from 17 to this current year 2025, the crop area, specifically the moong pulses area itself has been increased up to 26,176 hectares. And further, we have done the story in this year, in the summer season, 17,627 hectare area remained empty. That means after wheat got harvested, the farmer does not sow anything in this area. So government can further give incentives so that in the summer season, these fields which remain fallow can be in next year can be occupied with the summer crop. So these are the analytics we can generate from remote sensing data while applying the fuzzy ML models while taking care of all the issues coming across. So we have also developed the module where you can get the crop production and the yield. So this is a module. It asks the classified images we have to enter. We have to mention the pixel size. We have to enter the yield samples. So this time when we went to the Narmadapuram field work on 16th of June, it was quite hot for us. Anyway, we managed, and we also interviewed the farmers that in a particular field, if it is 1 biga, 2 biga, or 3 biga, or 1 acre, how much moong pulses has been grown, right? So with that idea, it is possible to map and get the information at production of crop, moong pulses crop at district level. So here, once we are adding the yield samples, it is possible to map the total moong pulses area. It was 96,176 hectares. Total crop moong pulses production 1107.30. That means 11,107 tons of moong pulses has been grown. And if you see the yield of the moong pulses at tons per hectare, it was 0.115 tons per hectare. So these are the analytics we can easily generate, and very quickly we went in the field on 16th of June. but we have processed the complete information by 20th of June. So you can see today so fast, very quickly we can get all these informations, and this will also help to the state district level government, because every year the land is decreasing due to urbanization. It is converted into urban areas, and mainly the agricultural land is getting converted to agriculture areas. So we can easily find out that every year how much is the agricultural land is decreasing. Every decadal study if I do, we can find out the agricultural lands are decreasing. Maybe the government may not get this information so fast, but the remote sensing and the ML tools are quite helpful to tell decadal basis how much agricultural land has been converted to urban area. Now then it will show presently how much agricultural land has been left out. So you can see the full report also we can generate, the date wise, on which date what images, pixel size, other things, the yield samples, coefficients calculated to develop the relationship, total area of the crop, total production, and the yield per hectare of the crop we can get. You can see other domain of the model has been tested for forest species within Dehradun area. In the surrounding of Dehradun, we have tried to map the shisham forest species. These are green patches which is mapped with very high accuracy, and this is published also in 2022. Here we have tried from 19. You can see in the previous case we have experimented 19 temporal dates, and later on we have modified the model to incorporate 32 temporal dates of 2021 to map the acacia forest species in the same riverine forest area near Dehradun airport. And you can see the effect of temporal data. If you take one date, the acacia species is coming to a very large area, which is false mapping. If you change the date from 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32, you can see date wise, as we are adding the temporal dates, we are reaching to the actual area of the acacia. So this is an example of spectral overlap. And if you add more dates, you are getting much better, and you are handling the spectral overlap more nicely. This work got published in IEEE Geoscience and Remote Sensing Letters. You can see date wise how the profile of the species looks at single date by dot. If you use 5 dates like this, if you take 32, small dips can be mapped with small changes coming up in the phenology of the species that can be mapped, that can be considered to map the forest species. You can see the example of mean. If I'm using mean training data, the accuracy of F score is going 0.4 to 0.5. The moment I incorporate ISM, it is jumping to 0.7 to 0.8. Drastic jump you can see. You can see the example of maximum likelihood classifier, MPCM mean classifier, and ISM training approach. You can see when we are using maximum likelihood classifier, the accuracy was 63%. When we are using MPCM mean approach, mean training approach, accuracy was 71.8%. When we are using MPCM ISM, the accuracy was 80%. You can see sudden jump in the accuracy is coming up. And here we experimented when we are using 26 temporal dates, the accuracy was, just a minute, yeah, कौन बोल रहे हैं? अभी आधे घंटे के बाद कॉल करेंगे. So here you can see when we are using 26 dates, the accuracy was 80%. When we added 7 temporal dates more, accuracy improved to 83%. There is a further improvement of 3%. This shows that temporal information in the images are more important than the spectral information. Here we have replaced the optical images with the SAR images. So that way accuracy was more or less constant up to certain stage. It is not dropping. We have tried to map the heterogeneous water bodies. You can see in time domain, this is one of the reservoir in Hyderabad. On one date, it is appearing like this, lot of aquatic plants in this area. On this date, the aquatic plants are changing like this. So overall, we can map the full water body with this model. So again, it can take the heterogeneity very nicely. You can see here in time domain, the water bodies are appearing with the full water and hardly any water in this case in the next image. And you can see two water bodies. This is a pure water body and this is a turbid water body. So can we map these water bodies? Again, the answer is yes. It can be turbid or the pure water bodies or the with water or hardly any water at particular time. So we can try to map these things again. Further, during COVID time, we experimented to map the transition building footprints. That means on a particular date, there is open ground, and after 6 years, some building has came up in that area. So can we map these transition building footprints, not the full built up area in a city? So that is the objective, and we published this work. We have done this work in COVID, first COVID wave time in 2020. And we have taken few test sites within Dehradun so that we cannot do because we can't do the ground observations. So we have done while sitting in the room itself, we have done this study. And you can see here a very nice example of 2013. One patch was appearing like a trees here on the Google Earth, and in 2019 you can see big buildings came up. So can we map these changes coming up in the built up area? Through fuzzy model, we got the building footprint output, but we have taken some other approaches like change detection or NDVI differences. There hardly it was possible to see the building footprints. So this is one of the, again, versatile example of the model applied for different areas. You can see now the example of deep learnings. We have experimented like for single shot detector for mapping the brick links which are appearing on the Google Earth data we have taken. And can we map these brick links? Answer is yes. And we have gone for sub classification, the brick links which are the old units or the using the new technology, or they are working or not working. So we have gone for sub classification also. We have published this work also. Plus we can get the point data of these brick links, because these brick links are controlled by district level DM, and they give the license, and these brick links contribute for 9 months. They are running 24 hours into 7. They contribute a lot of pollution in the environment. So the district level controlling can be done, and this information can be passed on that these are the new brick links coming up and they're contributing in the pollution. So the control can be that we are not stopping them to do the bricks to be constructed or to be manufactured, but basically they should use the latest technology so that they control the pollution they're contributing in the air. So if we have these information of these brick links in the form of point data, we can do it through deep learning or by different. We have tried for masked or CNN model also, and then we have extracted the coordinates, lat-long coordinates of these brick links, and this lat-long will help to locate these upcoming brick links, and the government should take action so that they contribute less pollution to the environment. This is the first book we have published in the COVID time 2020 on fuzzy machine learning algorithms for remote sensing image classification. Dedicated book on fuzzy models with our own case studies, and little bit flavor of deep learning also we have added in this book. This was published with CRC Press. Now, Indian copy of this book is available as a costing of say around 1,000 rupees. And in 2023, we have gone for second book again with CRC Press. Its video is this one for specific single class mapping. What are the issues and how we can go for. With our own case studies, we have added in this book for the readers. This is a text come reference book because in computer science, we can have application and we can see the soft computing domain dedicated book specifically compiled for all the case studies we have done with the theories of it. These are the textbooks, not the edited books by compiling the different papers by different authors. This is all written by 3 authors who we have selected. So thank you all for giving time and listening me. I hope you got my voice continuously and all my slides. If there are now questions, please let me know. I have not touched upon much on fuzzy ML models. If somebody is interested, I can explain that, because I got an idea that the mixed group, some are not much of mathematics background. So I've not taken you deep in the model side, but if you have any query, please do ask. Any question if you have, I'll try to answer.
Can you give a brief idea about fuzzy NN model, sir?
Yeah, basically, if you talk about in the computer science, soft computing is basically talking about handling the uncertainty. So there are different algorithms, and all these algorithms will come under fuzzy set theory. That is a crisp set theory where it talks about element belongs to a set, yes or no. You get a clear cut answer. But when there is an uncertainty, like a cold, today is cold, today is hot, they are uncertain words, you cannot quantify them. So to quantify, we use the fuzzy set theory. So from there, the one basic algorithm, if you know, that is fuzzy C-mean algorithm, that handles the heterogeneity. If you want to handle the heterogeneity, you have to go for soft approach. Like if you book a railway ticket nowadays, for the layman, they put the soft answer there. When the ticket is confirmed, no problem, you got the ticket. When ticket you can't book, again no problem, you can't book the ticket and you can't go. But when the ticket is on waiting, it gives you the option that the probability of this ticket is 70%. This 70% for the layman is basically degree of belongingness, by what degree the ticket is getting confirmed, right? It tells about the probability. Actually, it is degree of belongingness 0 to 1, but they don't talk about degree of belongingness 0 to 1. They talk about 0 to 100% for the layman as a percentage, 70%, 80%. They understand, but technically it is 0 to 1. Same way in the soft computing, we have to generate the membership value, degree of belongingness, right? So if you have a something which is mixed in that, like milk, pure milk is 100%, that means the membership value is 1. But if there is a water is added, the milk may be pure, like 0.8. It is 80%, but actually it is 0.8. 0.8, the component belongs to the pure milk. So that way we can talk about the membership value to generate 0 to 1. So in the fuzzy domain, it can handle the uncertainty, and the very basic algorithm is fuzzy C-mean, or FCM, which may be heard also in the computer science domain. And the problem with this fuzzy model, FCM model, is this cannot handle the noise. If you read the literature, it cannot handle the noise. But there are other algorithms in the fuzzy domain, like MPCM, as I mentioned, noise clustering. If you see their objective functions, they are minimized to generate the membership function. Because if you want to get the membership value 0.5, 0.6, you have to use the membership function. It can be graphical or it can be mathematical. There are standard functions like triangular shaped, trapezoidal shaped, bell shaped, S shaped, which can work for decision making type of things in the fuzzy domain. But once you want the behavior of the model as per your data, then you can generate your own membership functions. So once you minimize these functions, you get the membership function mu. And this mu value, you can get the mu value through these membership functions once you feed your data. So overall, there's an objective function, and once you minimize the objective function of the fuzzy models, you can get the membership values or the membership function. So first, very basic algorithm is fuzzy C-mean, FCM algorithm in the fuzzy ML model. Maybe
algorithm?
There is no fuzzy ML model, but because I worked for last around 20 years, so I feel the fuzzy ML model, we can put it in the literature. Yeah.
Which algorithm you have used, sir? Which are the algorithm?
Please louder.
Which are the algorithms you have used in your work?
Yes.
Which algorithms?
We have actually, I started from my history, if you see, from my PhD, and I was having objectives to work on fuzzy models and then move to support vector machine in 2020 in 20 in 2000 the support vector machine was coming up, and we want to explore for the remote sensing domain. So there the support vector machine or fuzzy models I explored for the as a subpixel approach, or in the computer science we can say soft computing approach. So but later on I found a support vector machine is quite complicated because it requires training, and there we have to go for iterative process like your mean field theory to optimize the support SVM parameters, and that was taking a lot of time. So later on I found the fuzzy models were quite simple, and it can take care of so many things what I mentioned. It can handle the spectral overlap. It can handle, this works with very small training data. It can handle the noisy pixels. It can handle the mixed pixels, and we can add the kernels in the fuzzy model. You can have KFCM, that means kernel based fuzzy C-mean classifier. If you explore in the literature, you may get KFCM. One is FCM, second is KFCM. So KFCM means you are adding the kernel in place of distance, and then it will take care of the handling the non-linearity between classes. So we have experimented the fuzzy models across ranges like FCM, NC, PCM, MPCM, IPCM. We have experimented later on after my PhD and got the best one, how it works and which is more suitable. We can add kernels in that or not, because the literature says only with one algorithm they have tested kernel with FCM, but later on we added the kernels with all the fuzzy models. And they were using distance criteria, Euclidean or Mahalanobis, but I found that because if you take suppose 10 samples, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10, the values are going from 1 to 10. They're heterogeneous. The all sample values are not same. But we say, and I remember during my master's, it was told the samples should be homogeneous. Practically, you go in any domain, samples cannot be homogeneous. So we are not fulfilling the criteria of sample should be homogeneous. Then how the algorithm will give the good results? And once we come from 20-30 meter remote sensing to 3 meter, we can see the accuracy suddenly dropping. At 30 meter pixel size, we cannot find out we say accuracy is very good. Actually, it is a false accuracy because we are not able to get the actual results at a very high resolution. Today, when the data is at 3 meter, we can see these issues of mean algorithm. Like a teacher says, sir, I should get a prize because in my class, you see, the average marks of the class is 80%. But the question should be asked to the teacher, why a student got 60% marks? Because 80% is a mean or average value. It is not, it is representing, but it is not showing the ground truth. And that way we have replaced the mean, the mean parameter with ISM approach. That means we have made that every sample should work like a mean. And that way, that's the further innovation we have added, which is not there in the literature. We have added for last 3 years back, and we have tested across different mode, and it is giving very high accuracy. That's the add-on we have done in the fuzzy models.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other question or doubt if you have?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, please go ahead. No, now I'm not hearing you, but previously when you asked, it was voice was coming, but now
Sir,
it is.
voice is coming too?
Yes. Now it is coming.
Okay.
No, now it is not coming.
Sir,
I'm audible?
Yes.
Fine. So I want to know, you have
No.
said everything, all the work
please.
is done with the daylight imaging.
Yes, it is optical means daylight because the source is sun. Yes, it is daylight.
Yes, sir.
Optical images,
What-
not daylight. It is basically called optical images. That means the wavelength is going from 0.4 to 1 micrometer using sunlight. That is called basically a passive remote sensing. Passive means the source is sun. Yeah, please.
Right, right. So what about nighttime monitoring of agricultural crop?
In night time, in the remote sensing domain, we have two different sensors. One is thermal remote sensing, where it records the emitted energy from the object. It can be crop, it can be human being, it can be forest. We can go for thermal remote sensing. And second is active remote sensing, that is your microwave remote sensing, which is 24 hours into 7, we can capture the images. So in both the cases we can do, but we have not done thermal, but we have done thermal long back. I got one thermal images with the optical images from ISS Quebec area of Canada. There we have done, not for crop, for general objects. For microwave we have done, as I've shown you, we have integrated the microwave with the optical images. But it is possible, sir.
Okay, so what are the things or limitation with this night data?
Yeah, because now once you say night, it is not night data, it is nighttime data acquisition. Data is acquired in the night time. So in the night time, we can have two type of remote sensing. One is thermal images, which is recording the emitted energy from the object, whatever emitted energy is there from the object, because object is appearing like a source. Object itself is a source which is emitting the energy, which is recorded by the remote sensing, by the thermal remote sensing. This energy is very weak. The wavelength goes from 2 micrometer to 14 micrometer in the EMR spectrum, and energy is generally considered around 10 to 12 micrometer, because this emitted energy is very weak to be received by the sensor. So the wavelength is kept around 10 to 12 micrometer, and at that moment this we can use it, plus we can integrate the microwave images also. But we have done only one case study of thermal images with the optical images of Quebec area of Canada. I got sample image to test, but we have in India we have tested for the crop using the microwave images with the optical images. But as per your question, it is possible to process the thermal images or the micro images, which can be captured in the night time also. So from micro images, we have to extract the backscatter coefficients or radar vegetation index, and from thermal images we can take the raw pixel values, or we can generate some indices as per the requirement of the model to be used in the model.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
But our experience with the thermal images are, if you have, suppose in the data 4, 5 or 10 bands, they are very correlative. The bands are having very high correlation. So this correlation creates problem, because all bands are giving more or less same type of information. So we have to eliminate the bands. Like in a cricket team, when we take 11 players out of 20, the 11 best players on that day should be chosen such a way that they have a unique capability of playing. So same way in the spectral bands, they should give very unique information. But in the thermal images, we get more or less very high correlated bands. So we have to eliminate the correlated bands. I can't hear you again if you are speaking. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, now it is there. Please.
Nighttime data.
नहीं, आपका वॉइस फिर से कट रहा है. I can't hear you again.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, there. नहीं, फिर से वॉइस कट रहा है. आपका वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है आपको. I think you're speaking, but I can't hear. Hello तो वर्ड आया, but उसके बाद नहीं आया.
Is it not?
Yes, it is there ना sir. नहीं, फिर से वॉइस गया. आप कोई other person can repeat the question.
Sir,
Yeah.
he is asking that with the night vision data, can we
Yeah.
come to the inference that the crop is healthy or not?
I don't have experience, so I cannot say, but once I do it, then I can say it is possible. If we have, say, suppose temporal information, temporal means time domain information every, say, every 10 days, every 15 days, and for 2 months, 3 months, if you have a data, it may be possible to know with the night time acquired data that crop is healthy or not. But I have not experienced, so I cannot exactly say, because it is a research point of view, then we have to check it is coming or not, but it is possible to know, but I have not done. Good afternoon, madam. Dr. Ocha, ma'am, I think, yeah. It is little jerky, but I can still recognize it is you only.
So, good afternoon. In fact, I was having back-to-back lectures and
Yes,
then
yes.
PhD defense.
Yes, yes,
PhD
madam.
defense also.
Yes, yes.
So thank you so very much. I must say, on behalf of the Electronics and ICT Academy, my in fact, he is the main coordinator. Aap aiye,
Yeah,
Akshay,
yeah.
idhar
Akshay,
aiye.
Dr. Akshay Pandey.
Akshay Pandey is our main coordinator. And on behalf of both of us and the Electronics and ICT Academy at IIIT Jabalpur, we sincerely thank you. Durgesh, can you?
Yeah, welcome. Ma'am. I have been
Just
trying
if
to visit your department.
I'm sorry, I
Jabalpur,
could
but
not listen to your.
no problem.
And we hope that next time you will take out time to come to our.
Yeah, sure. I
campus
will
as
try,
well.
madam. I'll
Yeah.
try.
Thank you so much. लेकिन आपका चेहरा आधा दिख रहा है.
Oh,
Can
शायद
you-
कैमरा focus नहीं है.
Can you
आगे
go a
चला.
little farther
Because यहाँ
so that
window
we
थोड़ा
can
वैसे-
capture your face as well, full face?
Now it is
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Can you capture? Okay, thank you. Thank you so very much.
Okay, okay, madam. So I can now quit the meeting, madam? I can leave the.
Yes, if you want, you can. Otherwise, participants are so keen to ask.
So if there are
several
questions, I can take care. Still, if there are questions, I can
Yeah.
try to reply. Sorry for that. There were.
So we will, we will keep you in connection with those. We'll share your email ID. We
Okay.
request you to please share your slides
Okay, madam.
so that we can share with the
Okay.
participants as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.